Do you remember New Year's Eve 2019? We were celebrating the start of a new decade, and no one was prepared for the extreme disruption we all experienced in March 2020. And since then, it's been non-stop. Supply chain shocks, interest rate fluctuations, protests and wars, the tug of war around remote work, and the power and danger of generative AI. It's mind-blowing. That's because our minds simply aren't adapted to the pace of change in the 21st century. Fortunately, we can train our minds to thrive in the face of future shocks.
He had a big positive impact at Applied Materials. Our leaders and engineers love data-based, research-based insights, which is exactly what he brings.
It's intuitive for leaders to tackle new challenges using old tools. Unfortunately, new developments like generative AI require fundamentally different cognitive tools. I help leaders recognize where they fall into cognitive biases that cause them to make bad decisions around AI and other disruptions. These new insights empower them to not only thrive, but also outsmart their competitors. Leaders greatly underestimate how their employees feel about change due to a cognitive bias called the empathy gap. The tensions around hybrid work and return to office are examples of unnecessary conflicts caused by leaders struggling to empathize with employees. You can navigate these choppy waters by leveraging empathy and getting buy-in for change. Now, let's talk about how.
He has spoken for us on multiple occasions, and our members always find the information that he shares to be helpful to them in running their organizations.
Meeting professionals tell me that after my presentation, their audiences feel included, empathized with, and understood. My speeches are packed with solid content, but they're also fun and interactive. Your audiences will laugh, engage, and most importantly, learn. They'll come away with practical strategies they can use immediately after the talk. Before we wrap up, let me share my story. In 1991, when I was 10, Ukraine was freed from Russian domination, and my family immigrated to the US. Imagine your friends, your culture, your language, all gone. Talk about a shocking change. My experience was much harder than it needed to be, because nobody taught me how to deal with cognitive biases around change. Now, I'm passionate about helping leaders thrive in times of disruption.
The presentation that he gives has a great impact on the audience because he's bringing real experiences to their mind and giving them takeaways that they didn't go back and implement back in their everyday lives, back in HR.
Gleb was very relatable. He communicated in a very clear and easy to understand way, very clear key takeaways that people could utilize in their personal life and as well as the campuses that they're supporting.
If you want your leaders and employees to work as a team to navigate the choppy waters of change, avoid dangerous judgment errors, and outsmart the competition,